What's up, everybody? We're back. This is the same day that I actually filmed the outro to the last video, or 2 videos ago, I can't remember. Today the Genesis is getting something that has to do with the headlights that we did. We're actually going to be installing the Demon Eyes today. Well, they're already installed, but we just have to wire them up, so let's get right into it. First step, he's got to pop the hood, obviously. Dang, dude, she's a monster. And we're just going to repeat the steps that we did in a couple of videos ago to take out the headlight, and we'll meet up with you guys once that's done. So I'm actually uploading the video right now, so as I'm making this video, the new one's going up. Here are the headlights. I just have them laying on the floor right now because it's the biggest space. Oop, he ran away. So this is what they look like out of the car, which y'all saw that in the last video. But today what we're going to be doing is installing the Demon Eyes. Like I said, they're already in here because they were built into the other headlight. Alright, now our goal is to get that wire that we fed in there, and I'll pull it out. So once I have that out, I'll get back. Okay, so I just pulled the wire out and retook that box a little bit better. So this is the wire that connects to the control module for the Demon Eyes, and somehow we have to get that to go in between this and the cap. You can see that doesn't really work. So what I'm thinking is, I watched a video and some guy cut like a little trench with like a knife so the wire could sit in it, and I think I might be able to cut this little thinner part right here, cut a little trench right here and have the wire fed through it. Don't know how this is going to go, so wish me luck, because I don't want to get condensation all in my headlight, so we'll see what goes on. A lot more finagling than I thought, so I cut a little trench right here and the wire fits in it. And I was like, oh, that was pretty easy because I did that pretty fast. But then I went to go put this thing on and it wouldn't seat down all the way. So I've cut a big little area, which I haven't put the gasket on yet, but the gasket goes in here. And it's supposed to sit down like this and twist. And it does. But I'm still putting a lot of stress on this wire, so I'm trying to figure out if I need to cut it a little bit more or what needs to happen. So yeah, see, I pushed down, you can see it flexing. And actually kind of put like a little hole in it, so I wrapped it with electrical tape. So I'm still going to try to make this a little bit bigger or something, and then it should be done, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. One completely done, and the other one I'm starting on. Yeah, I know I have a little bit of hazing starting. I need to treat that before it starts spreading even more. But I figured I would go ahead and make sure they work first. So this is the other box that I didn't show y'all that it came with. So this is the control module box. So this side it has a positive and a negative. And the other side it has the two plugins for the RGB. It also came with double-sided tape, which is really cool for the box and stuff. It actually has one for each of those boxes, but mine actually inside the headlights because there's nowhere else I can put it. And then one box for that. And then it came with 6 zip ties, but I used the other zip ties on stuff, so I only have one. But I bought some extra ones just in case I needed it to run some wires. But I'm gonna make sure they work first. So yeah. So I got both of them screwed on. It's pretty cool because they slide in, and then there's this little cap right here that actually screws over them to make sure they stay secured. I hooked these up to the battery last time to make sure like one worked, and it worked. But I actually just bought a cigarette lighter. Oh man, I just dropped it. A cigarette lighter. Has a positive and a negative, and it also has a fuse built into it, so I don't blow anything. So I'm just gonna plug this in now, and I'm just gonna twist these two wires together at first just to make sure they actually work. Okay guys, so I just hooked it up to the, see, I'm just holding them together. We got the positives and the negatives there, and they did turn on. So even the one that I did cut the little trench for and made it work. So I guess I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side and start running wires, but this is how it looks. So both the headlights are done. This is the second one. Got the wire right there, and the first one right there. So then I'm gonna go put these back in the car. Brock is supposed to come by later. I think he has some extra wire from whenever we did his headlight install, but If not, I'm gonna have to run by AutoZone or O'Reilly's or something and go pick some up. But hopefully he has some, but he's not gonna come back until after school. So I'm just gonna go put these in the car and then zip tie the wires together or something, just so that the headlights work, even if he doesn't come right away. So yeah, I'm just gonna go put this in the car now. I just got all the clips back in and both headlights in. Right now I just pulled the wire to the back and I just have this resting here. Got this one too. I'm not planning on driving the car until he gets here, so I'm just gonna leave these like this and wait for him to get here. All I have to do is I'm probably gonna run this wire over here, right over here somewhere, mount that box somewhere probably like right here, and then find a place either over there. I think my trunk, yeah, it might be able to fit right there in that little grommet. That's your trunk or your hood latch release. So I might be able to run it through there, or just run it through the door jamb or something simple. But that's where I need the other wire from, and then I can just wire it on the inside, and then they should be completely done. So cool. I'll update you guys whenever he gets here. So Brock doesn't have any wire or doesn't know where it is from his install that we did. So I'm gonna run to AutoZone now and pick some up. So I'm gonna take it all along with me, and we're gonna get that and come back before he gets here. Sorry guys, I didn't really record. I was trying to figure out what size wire or what gauge wire I needed, and there wasn't really anybody in there, so it's kind of awkward. But I picked up some butt connectors and 30 foot of wire. I know this is probably too much, and honestly this is probably thicker than I need, but I was going to go with 18 gauge, but I ended up going with 16 just because I figured I'd probably use it for some other stuff, and I'd rather have some thicker wire. So I got 16 gauge wire and some butt connectors that are good for 16 to 14 gauge. So I think that's all I need. It was about $13 or something for both of these. So yeah, I already got this ready and just gotta hook this up and then use the wire to connect it all, and we're good. So let's get back to the house and wait for Brock to get there. And Brock just pulled up. Yeah guys, we didn't record it, but we did. We lowered his Civic on some TN coilovers. It's the same brand that we put Brennan's on, but yeah, we just did that. So we'll go do a walk around in his car before we finish off these demon eyes.
All those boxes and everything. I don't have any wire.
So these are like those coilovers fully maxed out in the front and the back. And it's pretty even all the way around, so. But let's finish up these demon eyes that we got. So I just got Brock, and I already have all my materials in the car. All I have to do is wire it up. So right now I just have it mocked up. I'm gonna end up zip tying the wire to like different stuff like around here. And it's gonna go around under this bracket, and I have both of them right here. Now I'm gonna get the control module. And we're gonna find a place to mount this and hook everything up. I got Brock to hold the wires so I could crimp it because I didn't really have a crimper, so I just used a pair of pliers. And the wires are kind of small for these butt connectors, but we made it work. I got a positive and a negative connected to each side, and we're about to cut some wire from the wire I bought, and we're gonna try to run it somewhere in there to the cigarette lighter, make sure everything still works, and then we're gonna strap everything down. Yeah, so we're leaving all the wires loose right now just until we make sure everything works. So let's get it going. We got both the wires ran in here. I've made sure to leave like enough slack in the wire so that we can tuck it and stuff up under here. But we ran it through the door jamb over here, which I know it's probably hard for y'all to see, but we just ran it through this door jamb. It goes in the engine bay and runs right along. Right now I am going to strip the wire, or the insulation from the wire, and wire it straight to that cigarette lighter with a few butt connectors. And we're gonna make sure it works before we tuck everything. So yeah. Okay, so we just got all the wires ran. This is completely wired up to the cigarette lighter. This cigarette lighter does have a fuse built in. I picked it up for like $3.99 at O'Reilly's. I'm about to plug it in. We got all the wires in. I'm gonna hand you off to Brock. He can explain what we did over here.
Basically, all we did was we went ahead and hooked these up to the butt connectors. To make sure it was positive and negative, we tugged on them, and then after we're gonna probably this box came with 3M tape. So what we're gonna do is mount it probably right there, and then figure out where to tuck wires and everything.
We're just gonna make sure it all works.
We're about to turn them on and make sure they work. Yeah. They look good. Yeah.
I didn't hear anything, so I thought they wouldn't work. Sick. Yeah, boys and girls. So we're almost done with that. Brock has to go to work, so we're gonna be seeing him later. Thanks, Brock. His fitment looks really good, especially in the back. Hey, what's up guys? We're back. I'm with Brock, and this is a few months later. We finished the Demon Eyes, but we never kind of closed this video, so we're gonna do that now. So this is how they came out. I don't know, it might be hard to see during the day, but oh yeah, those look good. And both of them are good. Right now I just have them on like color cycling. If you can pop the trunk, or pop the hood, I mean. So the way we wired them was we just mounted the module right here, and if you can see, there's zip ties.
The wire's running all the way down under this piece. Then we just ran it up through the door frame.
Yeah. So they come together inside this box right here. There's two little connectors right there, and then we just zip tied it and ran it straight up here through the door jamb. It probably would have been smarter if we turned this box around and like ran the wires through here so they would be a little bit more hidden and then brought them up, but it doesn't really matter. And then right now this may not be permanent, but this is just the easiest way. We just brought them right through the door jamb, and that tape's just there to try to keep it secure, but it doesn't matter. And then we brought it from under and just tucked it under all the carpet and everything. And then they come up right here beside me, and they're just plugged into my cigarette lighter. So that's how we ran them. Oh, and I also got this, and I'll show you more about that later, but that's a different video, which we actually forgot. We didn't really record anything. It was just like a last minute thing. Some things on my car have changed since the last time we made a video, but I'll talk all about that later. Right now I want to let Brock tell you about some of the stuff that he's done to his car since the last video.
Alright, since the last time I've been on a video, I didn't have tint. We hadn't done this yet, this rose gold. We just bought spray paint from Lowe's. There's still water on it. We just bought spray paint and clear coat from Lowe's, and we worked on this for it took us probably like 6 hours. And I have 20% tint up front, and the two backs and the back windshield is 5%. You can't really see anything. And then the last thing I've done since last time is I got two Scar IV12s, and it's running on an 800 RMS watt amp.
And surprisingly, me and Mr. Brock here, we got the same setup. His is just a ported box and mine's a sealed enclosure, so exact same setup though. So that's it for this install, guys. If you have any questions, just hit us up in the comments and follow us on Instagram.
That's it. LM the gang.
I want something just like